been another busy week in Guyana's emerging oil and gas industry, and OilNOW is right there tracking the major events and important developments happening in the South American country. Let's start with a topic on the minds of many Guyanese: jobs, jobs, and more jobs. A new shore-based facility is expected to provide around 100 direct jobs and between 200 to 300 indirect jobs with supporting companies and partners. Already, more than 2,000 persons have applied for positions.
Well, we're averaging 100 applications a day. We're over 2,000 applicants so far.
Still on jobs, a total of 12 Guyanese will now be working on the Stena drill ship working offshore on contract for US supermajor ExxonMobil. The last batch of 8 departed for the vessel last week.
Well, it's a very exciting time today as we're celebrating sending off another group of local Guyanese talent off to the Stena drill ship. For ExxonMobil, this is another example of how we're meeting our commitments with our service company providers. Very excited to start building a local pool of talent. The oil and gas industry, we're going to be here for decades, and we need to start building this industrial base, this talent pool that will carry us through the next several years.
Well, I'm very proud of it, and so is Stena. We like to try and develop in the local community wherever we work. So very excited, and so far it's been good. The first group are working quite well, so I'm looking forward to these guys getting on board.
We at Eldorado and Rams Logistics, we are actually very, very proud of this moment. This is history in Guyana. We were able to recruit these gentlemen alongside Stena Drilling, get them trained in their TBOZ, the emergency offshore training. We look forward to more capacity building for locals here in Guyana. For a Guyanese company, this is really empowering to see that we've gotten this far. It's taken us a year to get here, and we're actually very, very proud, and we look forward to working more with the energy companies, ExxonMobil and Stena Drilling, to ensure that local content development is paramount.
Guyana's private sector is set to benefit from new avenues for finance and investments with the signing of an agreement for encouragement and protection of investment with the OPEC Fund for International Development, OFID. Guyana's Minister of Finance Winston Jordan on Friday, July 14, signed the agreement in Vienna, Austria with the OFID Director General Suleiman Al-Harbish. It is the first such agreement with a multilateral partner and sets in train a framework for the start of private sector operations in Guyana. Guyana is continuing to receive support from international organizations in the development of policies to successfully manage the emerging oil and gas sector, with the recent assistance coming from the International Monetary Fund. The IMF team has been in the South American country for the past 2 weeks and is working along with the government of Guyana to develop a fiscal responsibility framework. The final round of public meetings for the Guyana Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative was held on Thursday, July 20. Jason Calder, country representative of the Carter Center in Guyana, says implementing countries are now required to do much more in the area of transparency.
EITI now is going beyond just this revenue accounting exercise, and countries are supposed to report on contracts in the extractive sectors, increasingly try to make those more transparent, increasingly disclosed, and there's guidance from the EITI Secretariat on how to do that. Your practices in the area of the license registry, making that information accessible, get it on a website so that somebody can look at a map of Guyana and click and say, okay, this area here, there's a concession and we know who's got it, and how long it is, and that sort of thing. Beneficial ownership, who is behind these companies that are investing. So all of this is part of the overall transparency agenda that EITI helps to push. And this multi-stakeholder group is the forum to have some of those discussions.
Internationally, ExxonMobil said on Thursday it has launched a legal challenge to a finding by the Treasury Department's Office of Foreign Assets Control, OFAC, that it violated US sanctions against Russia in 2014 when the company followed authoritative and specific guidance from the Obama administration that OFAC retroactively changed a year later. Dutch Oil Industry Services Group SPM, offshore, and Spanish energy firm Repsol will share an insurance payment of $247 million less legal costs related to a troubled Norwegian offshore project. SPM said it had reached an agreement in principle with nearly three-quarters of the insurers who provided $500 million of primary cover for the YME project, with a final agreement expected to be wrapped up in the coming weeks. SPM has been awarded contracts for a floating production, storage, and offloading vessel FPSO for the Liza development and production in Guyana. Hess Corporation's 20th Annual Sustainability Report has achieved the G4 core level for sustainability reporting under the Global Reporting Initiative GRI methodology. GRI is an independent organization that provides the world's most widely recognized sustainability reporting and disclosure standards. Hess is one of ExxonMobil's joint venture partners in Guyana. That's it from us for this week. Stay connected to OilNOW for daily updates and knowledge-based information via our website and social media platforms. I'm Ernestine Leonard saying goodbye for now.